Hello, welcome to Black Dream Escape, our YouTube channel. Today I want to show you some of the rest tools and the rest accessories that you can use during our live streams and during our live performances. Before I get started, I am Onika and I need to get prepared to be Onika, your rest doula. So I'm going to put on my hat first. And these are things that Winderfire and I wear during our performances. Let me just get that on. There we go. And then I also have my rest doula cloak. This kind of helps us just kind of get into the mood and the vibe for our sessions. There, that's better. I now feel fully prepared. So first, I want to start with our hydration offering, and we do this because we want to make sure that you don't have any itches or anything bothering you while you're trying to rest. Oftentimes when we settle down after being active, our brain will automatically try to get us active again. It's programming. It's kind of how a lot of us are trained to think, especially when it comes to rest and fighting exhaustion. So on the first line of defense of ashiness, we have some lotion, and this is just a hand lotion that was made by a Black artisan from Cleveland. This is a sleep specific lotion, so it has some lavender in it and some chamomile, and I'm just going to use some on my hands and rub that in. I'm putting pressure on my hands just to help relieve some of the tension that might be there, and making sure that I get all of the cracks and the little corners. My hands feel good, they feel moisturized, they don't feel itchy. It's winter time, so if you need like another layer, by all means do that. And then our second line of defense for hydration is water intake. And water intake, eating, these are all things that you could do during rest or before your rest session to regulate your nervous system. And so water will definitely help, especially if you're resting after crying or after intense conversation. If you're joining us because you really needed that space, water is a great way to get prepared for what's to come. So I have just some clear purified water here. If you really want to get into it, you could put some cucumbers in it for a nice little taste, or you could drink some tea and boil some tea. And what I like to do is just kind of sit for a second and be aware of the water, like actually kind of going into my throat and my body. And I tend to feel like the water is actually just like going all through my veins if I sit and notice what it's doing. Third line of defense against ashiness in our hydration protector is our facial mist. This is a homemade one that we use during our live performances on anyone who would like to use it. It's just distilled water and a little bit of lavender oil and a carrier oil. I believe there is jojoba oil in this one. And all we do is just spray twice, and that's usually on a face. I'm just going to spray myself with my hand and kind of pat it in. This helps me feel my face, and again, another just nervous system regular is to kind of cup yourself and comfort. Give yourself some comfort, the kind of comfort that you need, and just like press down. It really feel the hydration kind of coming into your cheeks. If you want to use your forehead, doing that, just taking your time, another mindful practice. So those are all of our hydration defenses. And other than that, we also want to think about different sensory experiences you have. So we did some touch, some smell, some taste with the water. And we want to get into another form of touch, which is just your pillows and your blankets. These are other rest tools that you need to get into the sense of comfort while you're joining us for a rest session. The first thing I have here is just a big comfy pillow, very plush and big enough for my head and maybe for another head if you decide to join us for a rest session with someone else. Very squishy, full of fluff, and I really don't like flat pillows, but if that's your thing, you can use a flatter pillow. This pillow is from our Society 6 shop, so you can find this online. You'd be supporting us and the black artist that created this pillow. So the other soft tool is a blanket, and this one is fleece, very warm and cuddly. I just like to, especially with this blanket, because it's so soft, I just want to like always put it on my face, and I can't stop touching it because it's so like velvety and luxurious. So I recommend an oversized blanket to cuddle in and burrito yourself in if that's your thing. So going down the line of rest tools, again, we've already talked about some of the hydration sensory needs that we try to prepare you for during our rest session. We talked about the touch and the sensory experience of feeling something soft and fluffy. Our last set of rest tools is this notebook. So writing, having something prepared for a while you are resting, you wake up and you start thinking about whatever came up during your rest session. We do a guided meditation, and sometimes thoughts that you haven't considered in a couple years come up. Sometimes you have a dream that you want to remember, so it's good to have a notebook around and a pen. And this is another one of our like special merch rest tools that you can find on our Society 6 website. And this is blank, and you could get any kind of journal you would like. Dream journals, a lot of people like to decorate them themselves, so if you want to get a blank one, you can. Again, this is like our specialty one, but whatever you can find around to have something to write with, just be prepared for that. So those are our rest tools. Again, we want you to be prepared for hydration. We want you to be prepared to have something comforting and soft around that you can touch. And we also want you to be prepared to write and remember what came up for you during your rest session. Those 3 sets we always do every session. So every video you see of ours or anything like that, that's what you'll need. And I like to also do the practice of just making sure that everything is together in one place. So put my facial mist, lotion, notebook, and pen in the same pouch. Zip it up, and ready for next time. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is Black Dream Escape, the YouTube channel. I'm Onika. Have a great day.